Chapter 17, Vengeful Spirit. The fate of the two sisters has been decided. Ryu now heads to the depths of Zarkon, determined to fulfill his vengeance, once and for all. Hey everybody, this is Double RPG, and welcome to another episode of Double RPG Let's Play with Ninja Gaiden Sigma on the PS3. In today's episode, we are going to be getting through Chapter 17 in its entirety. So let's get on with the episode that is already in progress. Now, before we go any further, before I comment any further about what's going on in the episode, I really do need to apologize for the two episodes that are kind of reversed. You know, episode 28 came out first before episode 27. I had the video rendered beforehand, but for some odd reason, I guess I forgot to render it, so that's why episode 27 is up right now, so you can watch it to your full entirety. But yeah, just blame my mind for, just for me trying to achieve perfection. I mean, everybody's trying to be perfect, but they can't always get perfection in some way, shape, or form if they, just blindly keep, being clouded by just wanting to get this done. I guess you could say overworking yourself can sometimes cloud your mind, and I think that's true, but other than that, you will never see me do that ever again. I mean, like I said, I really do apologize for what happened, but yeah, we finally, we have both episodes up, and you should be able to view them, and when I get the playlist up, you will be able to see them in the correct order, as you're supposed to see them. And it's a good thing I didn't put the annotations there, because that probably would have screwed up things a lot more. But other than that, right now we're fighting against these two big, huge, they look like ancient Zarkon warriors of sorts. I don't know, or they look something that came from that temple. I have no idea, but if you damage them long enough, their armor will come off, and they'll be a bit more aggressive, and they're probably the toughest small fry that you will have to fight against in this game, but yeah, they are defeatable as long as you have the giant weapons like the Dabalaro Blade or the Warhammer. Like, it always seems like for every enemy we fight, that's going to be their weakness. And let's see, what do we get here? We get Serpent, a deity of creation. That is actually the the third time we actually got ourselves an ancient deity, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's, I think there's one more after that. Well, actually, I think there's 5 in total, but there's 4 that we need in order to get through most of the Palace of Zarkon when we get to it. But yeah, here we are behind the temple that's just beyond Zarkon, and we're going to take this pathway here, and we're going to try to go through it, and we'll see if we can try to land on the grounds in front of the Palace of Zarkon, finally. But what we want to do right now is that we are going to be going after the Spirit of Doku, so that way Ryu can finally fulfill his vengeance against him. But he knows for a fact that destroying Doku isn't going to be the only thing that he needs to stop, as he has to defeat the Holy Vigoor Emperor if he wants to retrieve back the Dark Dragon Blade as well, so. And we finally got ourselves a great spirit elixir there, and by golly, did we need it after taking so much damage against those 3 warriors that we fought inside that temple. I think that will be the only time you will see those enemies. I could be mistaken, but I think that is the only time when you're playing on normal mode that you'll see them. And here we are at the Muramasa shop, and let's go ahead and stock up on some great spirit elixirs, or not great spirit elixirs, but elixirs of spiritual lives. And if we head down this way, there is a little portal that we can take, but there are going to be some bats that are going to try to stop us. It just seems like that's going to be a common enemy you're going to fight against when you're going through any place in this game. It's always going to be bats, 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 bats. Somebody call in Batman for Ryu, to try to have a friendly spar against. But taking this portal will teleport us to the realm of the fiends, it looks like. Yes. And I guess you can classify that as I guess you could say the ruler of the fiend realm or something. He's not the archfiend, but like in Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2. I mean, he's more or less a fiend, but I think he's just more along the lines of a guy who moderates the battles that Ryu gets himself into. But we won't be able to fight him until the next chapter, so it's just all going to be, you know, we're going to be inside these arenas here fighting against the Purple Lesser Fiends in a grueling fashion as they are trying to hit us cheaply in clusters. But, yeah, we're still going to just put the smackdown on them, but we're using the Dabblaro Blade this time, so, yeah, it's a good change of pace to try something new, but, yeah, defeating them, we do get a treasure chest for our troubles. And getting that treasure chest, that should give us the Griffin Key. And that Griffin Key is what we need to use in order to get past that door where we saw Doku's spirit go, you know, going toward, you know, going, or leaving from, or whatever. Okay, here's some more bats, and now, once we get to a little bit further upon this part of the chapter, you know, in the area we're at, there is a good spot to where we can, you know, where we can get a lot of essence in order to upgrade the wooden sword to its full potential finally. So yeah, this place is gonna have the grinding spot that I told you about, where we're gonna, you know, get it to its full strength. And these are some new enemies as well. These are the ghost fish, or the ancient fish, or whatever they are. So Ayane's note is telling us that we need to use the Vigorian flail in order to be speedy and to have an even match against them. Because if you're using another weapon, you're going to be the one who's going to get hit first. And these guys attach to you like leeches, and they try to cluster up on you to make it harder for you to hit them. So, yeah, just be careful and just try your best to hit them as fast as you can, so that way you don't get hit first. And you can actually absorb the essence to use the ultimate technique against these guys, and you can get a good whopping amount of essence from that, kind of like that right there. So yeah, that'd be a good way for you to get a lot of essence in order to you know, grind your weapons to their full strength. So use that advantage when you're in this area before you complete the chapter, because that will save you in the long run. I'm not kidding. And you won't even have to, well, we will have to grind some more to get some more items, you know, like the Elixir of Spiritual Lives and the Great Spirit Elixirs and Talisman of Rebirths before we head to the battle against the Holy Vigoor Emperor, because that's probably going to be the hardest boss fight by far. Well, I'd say it's on equal terms with the final battle, even though it's the second to last battle in the game. But, yeah, it's still a pretty cheap fight. And the pathways that we're taking, you know, in this part of the grounds of Zarkon, it's more like a maze. So yeah, you're gonna have to try to navigate your way through it. I mean, it's pretty easy to know where you have to go, so don't feel that you're gonna be trapped in, you know, one place forever, because you're not. I mean, it's not like in Super Mario Galaxy 2 with the Haunted Halls Galaxy or whatever it is called, where you start off in that area where it's all dark and you have to find your way around it. Yeah, it's nothing like that. Okay, as we are going to go this way, there's going to be another new enemy that we're going to fight against. And you may want to close your cat's eyes for this, because they might be offended with what they're going to see. Ugh, not them. Even though they are fond of wanting to have fish, but no, those aren't the enemies that we're going to be introduced to. Actually, yes, they are. These are the feral cats, or the cat fiends, or whatever they're called, or the panther fiends, or just something along the feline area. But yeah, these enemies, they are really fast, and you want to use the flail on them, much like the fish. So yeah, just be sure to use that when you're fighting against them. And let's see if we can make our way back. And I think we got ourselves another key for our troubles. So I think that was, I'm not sure which one it was, because the video, doesn't match, the frame rate when playing the video doesn't quite match up to you know, what I want to see because it's in 60 frames per second, the original video. But there's also another enemy that we're fighting against over here. And, yeah, that type of fiend right there, he is probably the most annoying. Probably the most annoying than the armored fiends with the giant swords that we were fighting against earlier. As these guys, they'll take a lot more damage, but these guys can grab you, and they're a much bigger nuisance. If you have not played Ninja Gaiden Sigma, or let alone Ninja Gaiden on the Xbox, either that or Ninja Gaiden Black, you are going to be in for some hair-pulling moments when you're fighting against those guys. So make sure you have some elixirs on you, so that way you can restore your health, and be sure you use your giant weapons. And we got ourselves a golden scarab right over there. Lucky us. Okay, now we're going this way, and there's a save point right here that we can take. And there should be another thing that we can find over here. Yeah, let's see. We got ourselves a Life of the Gods for our troubles, so, but it really doesn't matter anyway, because we're going to be able to find at least, I think, one more after this, and that's going to be all that we're going to find. But I'm sure there's some more Life of the Gods in the game that we can find that we haven't even discovered, so, that was the maximum amount that I could find within the linear progression of the game, so. Okay, let's get back to the Vigorian Flail. That's, if you haven't been able to catch that little tune I was doing right there, that was from Luigi's Mansion. Whenever he gets a key or a gem or whatever, it makes that. I think I may have to do an LP of that game sometime. I mean, I know Chugga Conroy is doing one on his YouTube channel right now, and I'm really enjoying it, and it'll probably give me a second chance to play through Luigi's Mansion, because I personally haven't played through all of it, but I would like to play through all of it, because I've been hearing some, you know, because people's, their opinion of the game has been really high, and I think they probably say it's probably they say that it's probably the best game that Luigi has ever been in to star by himself, but I still think that, you know, he was still really good by himself whenever you could play as him by himself in the Super Mario Galaxy games, but let alone for his own game like Luigi's Mansion. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to give that a shot. I'll have to see if I can, you know, buy that again. I know I can buy it off of games, you know, from GameStop or somewhere, or just somewhere that has it. We got another golden scarab, and I think we have 45 for this episode, or 45 so far, so. Now, well, nope. And we get another great spirit elixir right over there. Goody. Now, going to this area right over here, this is where you want to grind to get a lot of essence in order to grind your equipment to its full potential. And, you know, and get a lot of items in your stock. So, yeah, use that at, you know, use this place, and you can come, you know, you can come right back to it after you travel a long distance, because the enemies will respawn, so that's a big plus right there. But just be sure you know what you're going to be up against, because, you know, these guys, they will cling on to you like I mentioned earlier, so. But, yeah, this is, like I said, this is probably the best way, or probably the best section before the save point, you know, that we visited from before, to where you can grind a lot of essence. So, now, there's another chest over here, and that gives us a key of the lioness, which we need in order to get through the set of doors that will lead us to where we will fight against Doku. So, we now have 45 of those, and of the golden scarabs, and we get a jewel of the demon seal. So, anyway, I'm going to do some grinding here, guys, so, I will be back very, very shortly. So, just be patient, and I shall return shortly. Okay, I finally got through all that, and just so you know, I did grind all my weapons and gotten a lot of items during that whole time, and I think that took almost an hour to complete, and we're gonna finish off these enemies, and then we should be able to get beyond that door with the lioness symbol, and we should be able to fight against Doku's spirit, and we should be able to defeat him once and for all. But we all know that whenever someone has the tendency of vengeance, there's always going to be a price on their heads, or there's always going to be something that's going to linger onto them. I mean, it's kind of the same way with the story of revenge. I mean, you know, revenge is about making yourself feel better, but there's always going to be something really bad that's going to attach to you. So, yeah, that's going to be the same case with Ryu. So, let's go ahead and open up that door, and just beyond there, lying in wait for us. And there's another ancient deity statue. Right beyond there, there's the spirit of Doku. So, like I said, with every battle, be very evasive, the best you can, and just attack him with all your might. He does fight normally, kind of like in his regular physical form, so, just be careful when he's doing, the big swipe attacks like that, because they will take a lot of health from you. I mean, take away a lot of your health, so, just, you know, keep attacking him. There's going to be a spot where there will be an opening to where you can land some hits on him, and you should be able to defeat him quite easily, if I do say so myself. But he's still a real big pain in the butt, so, you know, for, boss battles like this would probably be a good time to where you can use the ultimate technique against them in order to, you know, gain an advantage. I mean, it's kind of the same thing when we were fighting against that huge Hydrocubus. So, but it just doesn't seem to work when we're fighting against, you know, someone like, you know, Doku or something. Would have been nice, but, yeah, as Doku was saying, yep, since we had a tendency of vengeance, Ryu is going to be cursed by Doku to become a fiend, which we're going to try to get the curse off of us, but we don't know how long that's going to take. But hey, we're getting close to the end of the game otherwise, but other than that, let's go ahead and wrap up this episode right here. So next time on Double RPG, let's play with Ninja Gaiden Sigma on the PS3. We are going to be getting into Chapter 18, and we'll see how far along we get from there, but I don't think we're going to get through all of it in one episode, but we'll just see how far along we go. But anyway, if you haven't done so already, please be sure to check me out on Facebook and Twitter, and with the links in the description. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. I mean, in terms of comment, let me know what you guys think of the episode. And I guess I will see you on the next episode, guys, so take care of yourselves. See you guys then.